wrong?
Hey, Glory. Hey, Glory, guess what?
Hey, Shane. What?
We're recording.
That's so gross.
We've never done a podcast like this ever.
This is so weird. This is what normal podcasts do. You know that, right?
I know, and I don't like being a normal podcast.
So
I
weird.
think we might just have to premiere this one on Twitch just to make it feel like
Just-
it's a
yeah,
regular
just
podcast.
Just press start streaming. It's fine.
I fucking hate this new monitor because it looks like I'm looking at myself at all times, even though I'm looking at you.
See, that's how you always were. That's how you always looked at that monitor.
Yeah, but like the way it's set up now and my camera, it looks like I'm looking at myself no matter what. I promise I'm looking at her when I talk at her. I'm going to have to preface that before every single interview. I promise I'm not just looking at myself. I'm looking at you. So, hi. Welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. I am Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're recording our first ever episode. This is crazy.
This is amazing.
I fucking hate it.
I actually hate it here. Is it because we're not streaming? Is that why it just feels weird?
I think so, because we went in, we were like, okay, we can literally do whatever we want because we're not going to be live.
Yeah.
So anyways, we're going to talk about albums of the year, songs of the year, honorable mentions, disappointments, and
That's
everything
yeah.
in between. Glory and I have not seen each other's lists. We only know a couple of things off of each other's lists.
Yeah.
And I wanted to keep it that way. I mean, our disappointments are going to be the same.
I'm pretty sure. No, I think a couple of my disappointments are gonna make you be like, "Whoa, really?"
Well, you told me a couple of your disappointments. I just simply ignored you because it's
then,
actually on my album of the year
more.
list.
See, but the thing is, I told you like the ones that came off the top of my head. But once I started thinking about it, more and more started coming.
Yeah, I have a solid list of like 10. But one of the ones you told me off the top of your head is actually on my album of the year list.
Yeah, I know. It's Five Finger Death Punch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's so bad. I'm sorry. Okay.
So do you want to start with the negative shit, or?
I think we should.
Because Gloria and I didn't discuss how we're going to do this beforehand. I just told her we were going to do this episode, and she said, "Okay,
it's fine." So let's start with honorable mentions. I feel like we should just get those out of the way. So, do you want to?
I mean, I guess I could go first. I got a list of 20.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that helps me because I just wrote like the artist names instead of the albums because I couldn't remember them because I was watching TV at the time. So while you're doing that, I'll get the actual band name.
I just have a brain that remembers everything when it comes to music, so I think I'll be able to remember most of these album names even though I just wrote the artist. Mm-hmm. So I got 20, and I'm going to go backwards on my list. These are in no particular order.
Okay.
Cool. But as we get closer to like the end of my list, those would be the ones that almost made the album of the year list, and one of the ones that actually kicked off the album of the year list. Mm-hmm. So 4 Years Strong, their album Brain Pain. I don't know. I like that one for the most part. It's on the driving playlist. I only skip it because my girlfriend doesn't like it. Not a Toys EP, Not a Toy. I know it's album of the year, but fuck you. I put EPs on here anyway. I like their song specifically, Anecdote. I think I talked very highly of that one when we chatted about the EP on the show as well. Oh, Fox Teeth. I think that one's a given, though.
Oh my god,
Tight.
That's honorable mentions?
It wasn't going to fit on my list, Glory.
God.
There were 10 spots, and I could only fit 10 albums in those 10 spots. Sadly,
you could have done like
Teeth,
10 point or 9.5 or something.
Sadly, Fox Teeth didn't make the cut. Wild Ways album, Anna, after we talked to Tolly about the album.
Oh my god, that was
like,
so good.
Oh fuck, this album's a lot better than I thought it was. Bearings album, Hello It's You, even though I only listened to it once.
That one was good. That one was really good.
That one was really good.
You said, yeah.
I mean, I haven't been able to listen to it because I'm like, if I'm going to listen to an album that sounds like that, I'm just going to go listen to a Stan Atlantic album.
That's fair. Well...
But this was just, I just called it Canadian Pink Elephant.
Which is a very good compliment.
Which is a very good compliment.
But some artists could take offense to that because it's not that... I don't know. It's like it's also like you don't have your own sound.
Yeah, well,
or
Doug,
you sound
if
like
you're
you're
watching,
copying it.
You're not copying it. I promise.
It's just very good.
Very good. Dark Tranquillity, their album, whatever the fuck it was called, I don't even remember. We listened to it once, and I enjoyed it when I listened to it. But that's another record I haven't went back to, but liked enough for my brain.
We had a very busy year, so I think it's fine that you can like mention one. Like I listened to it once, and it was very good that I can mention.
That was my one thing for the album of the year is I had to listen to it more than once. That was the one criteria. Loyalty to Me, their EP.
That was a very good one.
Fucking name. Oh, Clash Coexist.
Yep, Clash Coexist.
When we talked to them in May, I was like, this is going, if it's not on the list, it's going to be an honorable mention.
Yep.
And if we had to like rank EPs, I did it whenever we talked about the Pollyanna EP. Theirs would be like, I think last, like if you did a top 3 EPs for me.
I really like Pollyanna's.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Pollyanna's EP Sugarcoat is on the list. I like that. It gives a very good like it encompasses their sound, and then their acoustic set at Good Noise Finterfest was very good. Told you we'd bring it
there
up.
You go. You did it. You did it. No, I'm the one who told you.
Yeah. I did it in what? 6 minutes.
Whoa, that's a record.
Yeah.
We put on Finterfest, and it was really good. It went really way better than last time.
Yeah, Glory told me we couldn't talk about it before the episode started, so I figured I'd bring it up.
No, I said it. I said, well, it's probably going to come up anyway, so just, yeah.
So now we're talking about it.
There we go. We did Finterfest, and it was really good.
We did it. We did that shit. So Ogbert the Nerd's album. That name is slipping me. What the fuck was it called?
Oh, I have it on my list. I Really Don't Hate You.
Yes, that album. I like that one. Much better than their EP. Lilac Queen's EP. One of the few EPs on this list that I actually continually came back to this year.
Really?
Throughout the year. Their EP, Ouch. I like that a lot. 5 Seconds of Summer's
True.
Was a surprising honorable mention. But I did talk very highly of it when we chatted about the record. Happy's Imposter Syndrome, another honorable mention that should be probably up a little bit higher. Yeah. But yeah, that album was very good as well. Haley Williams, Petals for Armor. That one's going to drive Gloria up a wall. That one will be on her disappointments list. I can guarantee
it's not actually up there.
How?
It's like, because it's like there's so many other bad releases I couldn't put like her thing next to it.
There weren't that many. Like there were a bunch of awful releases this year, but only a couple of them really like stuck with me. So, Point North's album, brand new Vision.
It's a good one.
If there were more slots in the top 10 slot, that one would have made album of the year.
If we made it a top 20 slot,
it would have made it.
But then we would be.
Khaki Cuffs, self-titled. I bought the vinyl for this. That's how much I like this record. I don't typically buy DIY vinyls unless I really, really like the album. The pressing was also hot, so like I couldn't resist. I don't know how's Razzmatazz. Another one.
I forgot about Razzmatazz.
I actually forgot about it while I was making my top 10. It wasn't going to make the cut, but I forgot about it until because I went through my last FM and was like, what came out this year that I listened to more than once? And
it was like Razzmatazz.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, that album came out this year. Belmont, I forgot they dropped an EP in March.
Isn't Belmont the stinky one?
Yeah, Belmont's the stinky one, but I'm a closeted Belmont fan. God. So here I am saying I enjoyed their EP this year. And I forgot that came out until I was doing this list. Oh fuck, that came out in March?
What, that was this pandemic?
I was like,
oh my God.
That was the weekend before. The weekend the world shut down, the 13th is when it came out.
It's their fault.
It's their fault, 100%. It's
their fault.
I was supposed to see them the week after, too. Very upsetting.
The only good song they have is their collab with Aim High. I love that song so much. It's so good. I can't explain it. It's so good. I love it. Okay.
Silverstein's album, A Beautiful Place to Drown. Not their best work, but one of the better albums this year. And then an album that I called was going to be on my album of the year list from the time it came out until I was making this list. The Weeknd's After Hours would be number 11 on this list.
Oh my god, we're only at 11.
Because I don't know. I had other albums that came out later. I was like, oh, fuck, this one's better. And I honestly have not come back to the Weeknd record since we chatted about it. And whenever it comes on shuffle, because it's on my driving playlist, I just fucking skip that thing. So,
man.
Yeah. Glory, honorable mentions.
Okay, all right. So I'm just gonna go through the names. I'm not gonna explain why because I have all of that planned for the album of the years. So Clash Coexists, Loyalty to Me, The Good Sweat by Man Dancing. I really like that album. Pink Elephant, Stand Atlantic. Don't yell at me because I know that's like on your like top 10.
Glory, it's up there. Glory's up there.
Parks live album. Like I know it's just a live album, but it's like I'm a Parksy, so
Fandom live in the
whatever.
UK.
This is a single, but I just put Low Key as Hell because I'm a Parksy. Sugarcoat EP, Tickets to My Downfall, Heartwork by The Used, obviously, Home Remedy by Sundress, Tangible Problems by Taupe Creech, just God, okay?
They're set,
and Khaki
though.
Cuffs.
Okay.
Oh my God! Can we also talk about How I Have a Vinyl?
Yo, that's poggers.
And I also have Calm.
Poggers.
Well.
I gotta buy Taupe Creech's record come the new year when I'm not so
it's
broke.
It's so pretty, dude. Like even my family was like, "Oh my God,
yeah, I got
that is the prettiest, dude." And did you see? This is completely. I won the bundle, Rude Records.
Yes,
did you see all the vinyls?
Yes, I did.
Dude, there's this like. Okay. Anyways, sorry, that was it.
Congrats on that, by the way. I know you were like half the comments. I saw you just blowing up their comment. I'm like, she's gonna win. Like, there's 300 comments here, and 100 of them are Glory.
Yeah, I was like, if it isn't me, there's something going on here because I definitely tagged more than I tagged you.
Yeah.
You know, like if it's both of us, that's like amazing.
Yeah.
So,
like, wow.
But it.
I'm like, wow, that's crazy, dog.
That's I tagged Good Noise Podcast as well.
I saw. That's the second thing from Rude Records you're gonna get. I got your half of the shipment.
Yeah. Yep.
We're like Rude Records stands over here. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to coordinate one day and wear our shirts.
Wear our shirts and you just have your bag in the back.
I gave my mom the bag. I'll bring in my lanyard and the keychain.
Yeah.
No, I'll just hold it here the entire time.
During interviews. He's holding it.
Rude Records, sponsor us. We love you.
Please.
So I forgot I have my own special category called Pleasant Surprises, which was just an excuse for me to put more albums of the year, honorable mentions. But these are just albums that I listened to once and enjoyed enough to bring up. Weird by Youngblood. Pleasantly surprised me.
I forgot about that one.
I made this category solely for that album because I was like, this does not belong in the honorable mentions because it's not an honorable mention. It is a holy shit. Why did I like this more than I thought I was going to?
Wait, so MGK isn't in that?
No.
Because really? I thought MGK would have been in.
Well, I mean, he would
surprise me.
Like it surprised me, but it's on my list, on the top 10 list. It was between that and the Weeknd.
It's on my bad release. It's on my bad release list, and also my honorable.
Well, I almost put it on the honorable mentions because of the way he's been acting on social media and that stupid punk thingy-majiggy that he said on that Spotify interview. But then I was like, you know what? We're talking about the album and not how much of a piece of shit he is. And then I listened to the deluxe edition again. I was like, yeah, it's going to stay on there. So Use Me by Paris was another one that I hadn't come back to, but I was like, holy shit, I was not expecting this. And then Sex, Death, and the Infinite Void by Creeper.
I remember Creeper. Yeah. Remember when we thought we were going to interview him?
Yeah, and then it fell through, and then the U.S. press person is someone that I've never heard of ever because I'm convinced they don't exist.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Ross, if you're out there, hit us up.
Please, we love you, Ross.
And then since Glory did,
5 emails.
And then since Glory threw in her couple of songs, I'll do my songs of the year as well.
I did one song. Okay,
Then we'll do songs of the year now, and then I'll say the worst one, and then we'll talk about disappointments, and then we'll talk about the top 10 list, and then we'll be done. So songs of the year,
and then we'll never have to talk to each other again.
And songs of the year. This is in no particular order. These are mostly singles. Only a couple of ones off albums, and they're gonna go in order, kind of. Not really. There's no rhyme or reason to this. Parasite Eve by Bringing the Horizon is easily one of my favorite songs this year. Simmer by Hayley Williams. It looped that shit for hours after it came out. Creatures X to the Grave by Motionless in White. The only new Motionless in White song that came out this year. So obviously it's going to be on there. Low Key as Hell by Parks. Because, as Glory said, we're Parksies. Mushy Gushy by Chapel.
So true.
Even
That's
if
on my list
Carter
too.
Hates Us. Parasite by Dead. because it was good. But they also released 2 other singles that I've just forgot about until right now. So sprinkle those on. Both Architect singles, both Animals and Black Lungs. But that album comes out at the beginning of next year. Popular Monster by Falling in Reverse. Fuck Ronnie, but that song was really good. And no one can tell me otherwise. And Down by Love and Death. Their album comes out at the beginning of next year as well.
Sick. Okay, so here are my songs of the years. El Camino by
Banger,
Not My Weekend.
Banger.
Oh my god. It's so good. I listened to it like a couple times.
Okay, but the acoustic
day.
version of that song, End of Sip.
Oh my god.
Bangers.
And you can hear it on
our
our YouTube channel.
Go sub to
there's
us.
status on there. Yeah, we're about to hit 200.
I tweeted about that like right before we did this.
I saw. That's why I brought it up.
A banger, but this is going to be on YouTube like what, New Year's Eve?
In a couple, yeah. Smooth Brain by Cheem.
Yes, I forgot
so
about that
good.
one too. Fuck.
Yeah, come on, dude. Teeth by
Banger.
5 Seconds of Summer because it's so good.
I'm just taking
I'm
all the
pretty
Glorious
sure they
list
released that.
and putting it on mine as well.
Always You by Louis Tomlinson because it's like my most listened to song this year. I think.
On my list.
I know. Low-Key as Hell and Wishy Gushy. Those are like my top whatever. I don't know.
Banger.
It's top 6. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Glory backs this one, but my worst song of the year, the category is worst song of the year, holy fuck, is Brick Wall by A Day to Remember. I do not think it's as bad as people are saying it is online, but fuck them for not kicking out their rapist bassist. So,
Oh, well then, yeah, there you go.
And
I don't even remember that song, so I think that shows enough, and the fact that they haven't kicked him out just completely,
well,
definitely.
It's just like, they're like, oh my god, we've got this record coming, but we're waiting on the cover art. And then they finally get the cover art, and this is the single you drop to show off that cover art. Oof. I liked all the other singles. This one was not it, though.
Yeah.
So,
And
disappointments.
then we're doing disappointments, yeah. Wait, can I go first on this one?
Yes.
Okay, so Five Finger Death Punch, Trap's album.
Yeah.
Green Day's 2 albums, because you got the cover one, obviously, and then you also have Father of All. I put Billy Joe Armstrong because of the covers. In case you didn't get it, I really hated that cover album. Smashing Pumpkins, AC/DC, The Killers, and MGK. Machine Gun Kelly's Tickets to My Downfall.
Okay, I didn't put The Killers on here.
God, only because of the allegations, and also I don't really like their sound except for Bright Side.
Yeah,
and,
I don't think they're all that good outside of that one record, but granted, I haven't like sat down and be like, I'm gonna listen to The Killers today, because
it's not really something I think about.
it's not something I wake up and I'm like, I'm gonna go listen to The Killers today. Like, who the fuck does that? Like, honestly.
Deckard.
Yeah. Like, who the fuck wakes up and goes, today's the day I'm gonna listen to the fucking Killers all day?
Well,
it ain't me, and I know it's not Glory.
I tried to listen to Hot Fuzz once, and I just couldn't.
No.
That's it. Seriously,
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I just skipped to Mr. Brightside. I was like, very great album.
I want to throw on to my songs of the year before I go on to the disappointments. Please Unfriend Me by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus off their EP. That has been like a constant loop. Not just like once or twice. I don't even listen to the EP anymore. I just open up the EP and play Please Unfriend Me and then go listen to something else because the song is that good. So disappointments for this year. No particular order, obviously. Asking Alexandria, fuck Butt Rock, but I enjoy their self-titled record.
Oh my god, I forgot one.
Yes.
Sorry, you go.
It's next. Don't worry, I know which one you're talking
Okay,
about.
good.
So fuck Butt Rock, but I enjoy their self-titled release. There's something about this one that feels like very hollow and like just something missing from this release. And it was also boring. Corey Taylor's CMFT. Corey motherfucking Taylor. The album that I tried to justify on here because I was so disappointed by it. This is seriously one of my biggest disappointments of this year. So fucking bad. Awful.
Horrible.
Black Veil Bride's single, Scarlet Cross, something just feels the same kind of thing as Asking Alexandria, except not as bad. No, I'm not talking about the re-release. I'm talking about the single they put out in November.
See, I don't even remember that, and that was November.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I've listened to the single a bunch of times, and like, I'm still struggling to like remember it. It's just not very memorable. So I'm hoping
Well,
that whatever album they're putting together is better. I put Green Day and all related side projects, so that means Father of All, the
hmm
covers album by Billy Joe, and the Networks album.
I agree. The Network's album was way too long.
Way too long. I mean, out of the three things that Green Day put together this year, the Networks is easily the best.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Father of
You
All being a
liked
second.
Father of All. Okay, there
Yeah.
you go.
And then Billy Joe's album, like Off to the Curb.
So like
There was
completely else
like
to
I
go
don't know
on.
why he just didn't do like good songs.
Why didn't he just like reimagine older Green Day songs in a different format?
Or like if he wanted to be like, okay, I'm gonna do a cover album. Okay, all right, that's
Hmm.
awesome, Billy Joe. But why the fuck did you pull out like some obscure shit? I knew one of the songs.
I didn't know any of the songs.
I
I was
knew
waiting for
one of
his
them.
WAP cover, but he never did it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
So
know.
like, come on, man.
So Trapped, but I think that one's a given. And I
Yeah.
finally, after adding Chris on Twitter and telling him his album sucked without even listening to it, I finally did listen to it because I saw the music video for I
Oh.
Want to Want What I Want.
Oh my God, that banger?
Absolute banger. That is actually one of the
So
better
true.
songs off the album.
Oh God. Well, you listen to it all the time. I would hope so.
Well, actually, like if I'm gonna go on Trap's Spotify page, which I do sometimes, I'm gonna be real. If I'm gonna go on Trap's Spotify page and listen to Trapped, and I just happen to scroll by their record, and I'm like, what on this album am I gonna listen to? I Want
Yeah.
to Want What I Want is about the only song worthy of getting a click. Everything
wait.
else. Would you like me to say that again?
I want to want what I want.
Yes. The music video is a work of art.
Okay.
It's absolutely beautiful. I don't know how Chris Taylor Brown broke a sweat not doing anything during the music video.
I hate him so much. I hate him so much.
I genuinely don't know how this man didn't just broke a sweat. And like you're watching the music video, they're in white t-shirts,
Oh no.
but the mirrors in the back, their
Uh-huh.
t-shirts are black. So like I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
What happened?
Like he like tried to explain it, but I really think that it's just they didn't have the budget to shoot two separate videos, so they just had one shirt on and then had them color correct the other one.
Oh my God.
Which actually probably costs more than shooting a second scene entirely.
But they thought it cost less. So that's what
Yes,
they
but
chose.
no, but the best part is the video starts, they're in black t-shirts, and then like 30 seconds in, they're in white t-shirts for the rest of the video. But the mirrors, every single time you can see the mirrors, they're in black shirts.
I hate them so much. At least I hate Chris. I don't know the other band, but if the band
Fuck
mates,
the rest of the
like,
band members,
let
too.
that happen,
Yeah, because
like,
apparently he wasn't even kicked out. Apparently that was all
that was a
fake
joke.
accounts. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish it was real.
Back to disappointments. I mean, Chris Taylor Brown in himself is a disappointment, but
So true.
Attack Attack's comeback single, honestly,
yeah, that
something
was-
was just missing from that. Like, Crabcore Legends are going to come back and drop a generic metalcore song. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
kind of sucked.
And also, the teaser for the song really, like, hyped it up and made it seem really big. And then I heard that part of the song, I was like, this is not as big as it sounded in the teaser.
No,
No.
they
This-
bumped it up a bit more.
Yeah, the Smashing Pumpkins, obviously.
Pumpkins.
Honestly, the Refused EP. Because they're still in like that war music era from their album from last year. So listening to this EP, this was clearly just like shit that didn't make the album.
Yeah.
And it should have just never seen the light of day.
Yeah.
Only a couple of songs on there are good enough to listen to.
In no way like related to that, I just want to bring up I forgot a song on my song of the year, and it is the Youngblood collab with Obey.
Oh,
that one?
the Bring
Yeah.
the Horizon song. Yes, that's
Obey.
another good one.
That one's
I
so
didn't
good.
put
So-
I didn't put all the singles on there because I have the EP on my top 10 list. So I was like, why do I gotta put all the songs when it's obviously given that I enjoyed all the songs?
So true. Yeah.
The Smashing Pumpkins, Refused.
Pumpkin.
The two new Escape the Fate singles, but more specifically, Invincible. Absolutely sucked.
Invincible. Yeah, that one wasn't the best.
Absolutely sucked. so hard, and that album, I'm not very excited for it, but come on the podcast anyway.
Please.
AC/DC, for obvious
Oh,
reasons.
yep.
Marilyn Manson
Oh
only had
God,
one
yeah.
or two
Put
good
that on
songs on
mine.
that album.
Had no good songs. He sucks,
Um,
or they suck. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's he,
yeah,
but
and
whatever.
then
They suck.
All Time Low's album, Wake Up Sunshine.
No, that's on my honorable mentions that I forgot. So many people release stuff. That's on my honorable mentions because
I know,
like,
that's
if
why
you
I was
break it
like,
up, it's good.
that's why I was like, I got 30 fucking albums on this list because there's so much music this year that I didn't even know got released. Like,
Yeah.
I know we chatted about it. I know I listened to it, but I'm like, that came out this year.
That couldn't have come out this year.
There's no fucking way. But the All Time Low record, it's like I enjoy the way it opens.
Yeah,
And Monsters grew on me.
it's very good.
So I like the first half up until Monsters. And then there's something about it where it just falls off really hard. And Basement Noise is an awful closer. The Japanese bonus track is better than the entire album.
Ouch.
And yeah, I mean, there's a couple of songs on there that I would still go out of my way to listen to, but not sitting down and being like, oh, fuck, I'm going to listen to this entire thing.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do that after this episode because you just reminded me that it existed.
Get
Because,
better soon.
Wow. Okay. Well, I liked it. At least Five Finger Death Punch is on my top 10.
All right, listen, Glory.
Oh no! Explain it. Explain it. It's fine.
I could have put Shallow Work on here by Trapped. Because out of all the albums on the disappointment list, it wasn't the worst because the Smashing Pumpkins and AC/DC both exist.
Horrible. There's another album that should be next to AC/DC and Smashing Pumpkins, but I can't remember it.
There was so much hot garbage this year. The
It
album
was like butt rock.
the album that Sparrow Heart Records recommended us forever ago, that folk album that we listened to that neither of us finished, that one goes on there.
I don't remember that one well, but it's not my genre, you know?
Yeah, that's what I try not to put, like, albums that I just didn't like because it wasn't my genre on there. Because the list
then,
would
like,
be like a mile and a
Taylor
half
Swift's
long.
Folklore and Evermore
like
would be on there,
fucking,
but it's
the
like...
entire list would just be disappointments. But in reality, it was just I don't like this genre, therefore it's
Literally,
automatically disappointment.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about a lot of butt rock this year because every single time there was butt rock, I was like, Lord, we got to talk about this. You want to know why? Because it's butt rock.
And I'm like, God, please stop
Again.
it. Can we start?
Yes. Are we gonna go back and forth like ping pong?
Yeah, let's do 1, 1, 2, and 2. You know, like that.
Okay. Well, I was
so
gonna start with 10, and then go up.
Oh, we're leading up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lead up.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, let me get to my 10. Okay. Again, I have paragraphs. I'm probably not gonna read them. It's just like points that I know I have to get across.
Yeah, Glory came prepared, even though we talk off the cuff for everything else.
Yeah, but it's like it's better just saying than like 10 because.
I like this song because I like this song.
Literally. So my number 10 is Tight by Fox Teeth. The Tooth Gang. It's a very good album. Every time like I hear a song by it, I just have to revisit it because then it like, oh shoot, I forgot about that song and that song and that song. So it just makes me listen to it. The whole vibe just feels very like almost reminiscent the entire time, so it makes me feel like happy. I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
Solid.
It's good.
That's why it made my honorable mentions. Jay, do not kill me. At number 10, I have Pulse's Speak It Into Existence. I bought
10?
I bought the fucking 8-track for this album. Yeah, 10.
Oh my god.
I couldn't put it any higher because I haven't listened to it enough to like.
It's so good. You
Put
need to
it
listen
any
to it
higher.
again.
But I've listened to it enough where I'm like, I know I can confidently say that this is an album of the year for me. I bought the fucking 8-track and the CD. So I think that's enough justification
I need to get the CD.
for putting it on my list. And Exist, Warp Breaks, and Louisiana Purchase.
Bangers. So good. Okay, my number 9 is The Morning After by Sorry Ghost.
Banger.
I re-listened to the album for like the 50th time, like a couple days ago. I remember I was just listening to it. All the songs hit constantly. They'll have their own like different vibes and like not memories, but just like things in my head where it's like I listen to it and I imagine these things and it fits that vibe, you know? I don't know. Um, oh, I wrote in here the album has like a 2010 like movie feel where it's just like kid rebels from parents and sneaks off to like a carnival or whatever when he should really be at home grounded or something. So it's just like that's the vibe of the album, and I really like it. And I don't know, I really like the album.
Um,
So, and also their set
yes,
slapped.
Condescending's on that album, right?
Condescending is so good. It's my favorite song by
Homie,
them. So yes,
that song has been stuck in my head since when I made the comp album and put that shit together and then listened
it's
to the
so
entire
good.
comp album to make sure it all sounded okay. I was like, oh fuck, this song's really
Yeah.
fucking good, and it's been stuck in
It's
my
so
head since.
good. Yeah, I need to paint the album. I'm probably gonna do that tonight.
I think they'd shit their pants if you did.
Dude, I would.
We
crap
got
my
free
pants
time
if
now.
I did. I do. I have 2 weeks off. Sure, let me do it. I have time to paint 50 albums. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
So at number 9 for me, I got Kill the Lights, The Sinner.
that's a good one.
This is personally an album that I won't tweet about it because I'm like, whatever. But I don't think it got enough attention, even though they're signed to Fearless. I also don't need Fearless seeing me on the timeline saying I don't think they're doing their job. I don't think they pushed this album hard enough. I think it deserved
Yeah.
to be seen by more people, which is
Definitely.
why it's at my number 9. I honestly forgot that it came out until when I was driving one day and one of the songs came out. I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to that entire record. And I was like, oh, fuck, this record's really good. So that's my number 9.
It's a really good record. My number 8 is "I Really Don't Hate You" by Ogbert the Nerd. I'm pretty sure I said it on the podcast where it's like this encapsulates every single good thing about DIY. I'm not saying like there are like bad things about DIY, but just like everything good was just compressed into this one album. It doesn't have like any low points because I listened to it again recently. It's really good and it makes me feel safe. So good job, Ogbert.
Good
You made
job,
an album that makes me feel safe.
Poggers.
It's good.
So my number 8 is Machine Gun Kelly's Tickets to My Downfall.
God.
Yeah. So today I went back and revisited some of the records I haven't listened to in a hot minute because a couple of the albums on here I haven't listened to in a hot minute. And Machine Gun Kelly's record is one of them. So I pulled out the deluxe edition. I was like, all right, let's listen to this shit. And the only thing I fucking hate about this record are the interludes. I absolutely cannot stand those. And
I remember you saying that when you first listened to it. You're like, oh my god.
what is it with like the FaceTime interlude where he just calls someone and talks about how high he is? What the fuck is the point of that?
He wants people to know that he's high constantly
at
because
least-
that's what pop punk is, or
Yeah,
rock and
it's
whatever,
so pop
whatever he
punk.
said.
So punk of him to be high all the time.
Exactly, he's so high
So punk.
all the time.
So punk.
So punk.
And at least the second interlude kind of leads into that closer song. And the real selling point for me are honestly some of the bonus tracks. I still fucking hate the song with Trippie Redd on it. I think that like there is no point in having him on that song, especially since he just kind of he sounds like he just stumbled into the vocal booth, slurred out a couple of lines, and they said that sounds great, and he went off and back doing what he was doing.
Whatever he was doing.
Whatever he was doing to make him stumble into the vocal booth, he went back to doing more of that.
All right.
So that is why I hate those songs. But other than that, I think this record is pretty solid. And I personally think that the song with Youngblood and The Used should have been on the record itself because that is
I agree.
seriously one of the best Machine Gun Kelly songs this year.
Could have replaced a couple songs, like not even to match the songs, but just like if it was just those songs. Great album, number 1,
And
amazing.
I mean, I do just want to touch on the Target Deluxe Edition for a bit, the Target Edition. What the fuck was that? Because that was just him
Wasn't
rapping.
that just Misery Business?
It was Misery Business and then a couple of rap songs. He made a fucking pop punk record. Why'd you put rap songs on
That's
there?
not very pop punk of you.
That's
MGK.
not very punk of you, dude. Get out of your comfortable shoes.
Come
You
on.
fucking
Get into some docs.
get in the Doc
And
Martens
go
and go be
dance
uncomfortable
on a
on
table.
stage and yeah. I want
Go
the
dance
fucking-
on a table.
And did you see the performance of him with his guitar really out of tune? Go up on stage, dance on the table with your really out of tune guitar, and go play some riffs, dude.
And just be punk for a minute. God.
Not very punk.
Anyways, away from the MGK rant, my number 7 is Into the Raging Sea by Broadside.
Banger.
I know, this album has a lot of good memories because this was actually the first album we got by like a big publicity or public whatever it's called, a publicist to like listen to so then we can interview Ollie. And it was just crazy because I remember I listened to it like 20 times and I was just like calling my parents over just like, oh, hey, by the way, this album isn't even out yet for
Yeah.
like a couple months. But we got it early because we're interviewing Ollie or whatever. And they were like, oh, okay. But like, other than that, it's just like it's a really good album. It gives you a great introduction to the band. I feel like it highlights every good part that they all bring to every song. It's great. I think there's only like one song on it that I'm not like the biggest fan of. I can't even remember the name of it. So it's great.
And I know in that week the Neck Deep album also dropped, and that the fucking Broadside album is leagues better than the Neck Deep album.
Yeah, I agree.
Good
job, Broadside.
Great job, Ollie.
Ollie.
Stop ignoring our DMs.
Please.
Five Finger Death Punch. It's F8. Is it number 7?
Wow.
Whoops. Oopsies. So I should probably just preface this by saying I do not fucking support whatever the shit they're spreading on. Whatever shit they're spreading on the internet right now.
Wait, they're doing more things?
No, just that music video
COVID
and
anti-thing.
and whatever the fuck else they might say or do.
That was stupid. Yeah.
I don't support any of that, but you can call them whatever you want. I enjoyed the record. It was one of their, because they have like a couple of good records. The first couple of ones I personally enjoy. You don't have to enjoy them. I like them.
Yeah.
And then I tried listening to all the music that's in between that, and I'm like, wow, most of this is awful. So this is their first good record, in my opinion, in a couple of years.
It's their first good noise.
Good noise.
In a couple of years.
In a couple of years. And, yeah. It really doesn't slow down. And it's, like, in your face, which is literally just the vibe of Five Finger Death Punch in your face. And I enjoy that. I like records that don't slow down, in case you can't tell.
Yeah, I'll give you that because it is like it does hit everything that you like about music in that album. So not just because I hate it, the band and also their music, but I understand why you like it and why it's on your top 10.
I seriously think
sense.
it is, out of all the records that came out this year, according to Last FM, I've listened to that one the most because it came out in February, which would obviously give it the most amount of time to be listened to the most amount of times. But I listened to it like 500 times according to Last FM.
Oh my god, you listen to Five Finger Death Punch 5 fingers?
Well, I mean, really, I've listened to the band almost 2,000 times, but...
Jesus Christ!
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Oh my god. Okay, so my number 6 is Don't You Want to Be Glad by Subwhat. Yes,
banger,
obviously.
Love Sky.
We love Sky. This album was really good. I enjoyed it, even though he did say like he kind of sold out for this album. At least he didn't style. He didn't do it in like I'm just gonna throw some songs out there that mean nothing. He still put like a lot of work and effort and meaning into each song, and still made it a very good cohesive album. So I really appreciate that, Sky. Even though you sold out, quotation marks, if you aren't watching, but it's very good. I enjoy it, and I still listen to all the songs. Holy Anxious, that's my song. So true.
I mean, I enjoyed that record, but not as... I enjoyed it more than Never Nothing, because Never Nothing's got that more emo vibe, and that's not really my vibe.
Still very, very good.
It's still a good. It's still a good record, and I enjoyed Don't You Want to Be Glad. Life I Want You is my favorite. I still remember when Sky asked me if I was okay when I told him that was my favorite song.
He's like, no, he calls you emo.
Yeah, he's like, okay, emo. But I'm enjoying his new sound more than this record, Carhartts and Converse and Worse.
So good.
I enjoy those songs a little bit more than this entire record.
Yeah. Speaking of Carhartts and Converse, I'd like to put that on one of the songs. I keep forgetting. Very good song. Put that on my song of the year. One of my songs of the year.
Put that on that list.
Speaking of, I feel like Carhartts and Converse really shows he took the meaning and everything from like Good Luck or Never Nothing, and then he just kind of put it to the tune of Don't You Want to Be Glad. And that's really cool. Good job, Sky.
If we're adding songs onto our Song of the Year list real quick, I'm going to put American Idol by Young Culture on there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
absolute
banger.
Absolute banger. I didn't listen to it enough to even put it on the honorable mentions list, but that song and Mrs. David by Seaway, which I've only listened to
Oh,
once or twice,
Seaway.
but that fucking
Yeah.
chorus is still in my head,
Yeah.
making it a good song.
So
So
true.
number 6 on my album of the year, Trivium's "What the Dead
Hmm.
Men Say."
I knew that one was gonna be on your list.
Yeah, I mean, this one's like for the same reasons as the Five Finger Death Punch album, except I don't have to put a big fucking disclaimer saying
Hmm.
that I don't support whatever bullshit they're spewing, because they're not spewing stupid bullshit online, which is great.
That's always good. That's
Um,
good.
I mean, my only gripe with this album is some of the songs are a little bit long, but I listened to it again today. I was like, this still holds up. This wasn't just like, I enjoyed this in April and hate it now. So
Hmm.
I give it that.
That's good. That's good. Didn't pull a Corey motherfucking Taylor on
That
me.
album was awful to begin with, so
I know, but then you tried convincing me after the live stream.
because
It's
I
good
paid
in
almost
context.
$20 for that fucking live stream. That's why.
Oh my god, it's so bad. My number 5 is "Heartbreak Weather" by Niall Horan, obviously, because whatever. But I do like how the album flows. I like how it goes. It basically shows the relationship starting and then breaking up at the end. So basically, it goes from "Yo, haha, I love you so much," and then it goes to "Oh my god, I'm so sad. Please come back, but I'll be okay." And I think I thought it was really good. There's only like one song that I hate on that album, and it's "San Francisco" because it sounds so country. But other than that, no misses. It's a really good album. I come back to it like at least a couple times a week because it has a lot of good memories attached to it, and it's just well put together. I really enjoy it. Hasn't
Yeah.
aged badly at all.
You and I missed that conversation for that record when that album came out. But you and I did listen to it together after the fact. And it, out of the One Direction side project solo album thingies that I listened to, it was one of the better ones. So,
Yep.
but that's all I remember from that is
It's very
enjoying
that
it
you
more
said
than,
it was actually pretty good. And
yeah,
I
I
was
was
like,
like, this is not awful.
yeah.
So my number 5 is the Used Heartwork. Only because this one took more of, because Trivium and the Used album dropped on the same week, and this one took more of my attention than Trivium's album did. But this album is really solid. I think it's the first solid Used record in like years.
Really, you didn't like the one with the mountain triangles
I
on
haven't
it?
listened to the Canyon. It was long.
That was the first album by the Used I listened to. I thought it was really good.
Well, I've listened to their older stuff, and
Oh, that's their screamier stuff.
yeah, that's their good stuff. And then I tried listening to some of their newer stuff, and I was like, this just doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
But this is their first album where like I feel like they returned to form. Bert can't scream anymore, but they
Yeah.
got features on there. They got Caleb from Beartooth. They had Mark Hoppus on a song. They had the guy from Fever 333 on a song. And then they had Travis Barker drum on a song. So
Oh, drummy, drummy.
they brought back the heavier side of the Used, so I feel like this is finally a return to form. I don't know how they're going to play the songs live, considering Bert can't scream.
Yeah.
Unless they're just
Maybe
gonna
Bert
tour.
will just be like,
Maybe
I
they'll
can
just,
scream now.
Maybe they'll just tour with Fever 333 and Beartooth for the rest of
And Travis
eternity.
Barker.
And
Yeah.
Travis Barker and Blink
Can't forget
182
Travis.
and
Yeah.
well, Travis.
Let's just
is
make it a
actually-
joint.
Well,
joint
Travis
tour.
is actually just Machine Gun Kelly's drummer now. And
Oh, I forgot.
so
I
Machine Gun
forgot.
Kelly have to be on that tour as well.
And also, isn't Tickets to My Downfall Machine Gun Kelly and Travis Barker album because he produced and wrote on it like the same amount as MGK?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like Machine Gun Kelly is like the face of it because he's bigger than Travis Barker, but Travis Barker
Whoa!
did a solid. Well, Travis Barker was bigger in the '90s.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give it. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's still not a name that like you look at it and you're like, who is that? But like when we're talking 2020, you put Machine Gun Kelly and Travis Barker next to each other, you're gonna know who Machine Gun Kelly is first, unless you were
Probably.
born in the '90s.
Yeah. Or you just listen to Blink.
Or you just listen to a shit ton of Blank, which if you do, get better soon.
Except unless it's their self-titled, because
Well,
that
I mean,
album
if it's
sucks.
old Blink, I'll let it pass. But if you're listening
Yeah.
to new Blink on the regular, I really
Again-
hope that you get better taste.
I still haven't listened to it, and I feel bad because I constantly just say it's bad,
Yeah,
even though I haven't listened to it. Because Atticus says it's not horrible,
Well,
but then
Atticus
again,
likes Pray for the Wicked, so
that's what I was gonna say. Atticus also likes Pray for the Wicked, so I don't know who to trust anymore.
I bought the record too last Black Friday for half off. And guess what? I
Yeah.
haven't done.
Listen to it.
Listen to it. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Anyways, my number 4 is "Speaking Into Existence" by Pulses.
Banger.
So true. I revisit this. Oh my god, I revisit this album constantly. It's so good. I like how experimental their stuff is. Well, it's not like experimental like this album was something like crazy new that they've never done before, because they did have hints of it in like earlier stuff, but I like how they completely like leaned into it and turned like everything up. And I really like it. And also Pulses are they're the best. I love them. So it's very good. Very, very good album. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was on my list, so I agree with what Glory said. I don't have anything else to say. At number 4, I have Like Moths to Flames, No Eternity to Gold. This one surprised me to even make it on this list, because I just kind of stumbled across it before I went shopping one day. I was like, hey, I'm going to listen to this record before I leave. And I did. And I was like, oh, shit. Because
this is good.
Yeah, Habitual Decline was still one of my favorite songs of the year, like hands down. When I first listened to it, I was like, holy fuck, this is heavy as shit. And I listened to the entire record, and we chatted about it on here. And if I did say anything nice about it, I was hesitant because I really didn't like the album at the time. Yeah. And I came back to it. I was like, oh, fucking hell, this album is really good. So it's at number 4. Habitual Decline is still better than the entirety rest of the fucking album, though.
Yeah, that's fair. My number 3 is Imposter Syndrome by Happy.
No shock here. I think I could pick out your 2 and 1 as well.
Yeah, you probably
at least
could.
Your 1. I know your 1. I don't know your 2.
You know my 2. You just don't. You know it.
Has Tyler the Creator put out something this year?
No. Well, he put out a single, but I haven't listened to it. I've been so focused on his albums that I haven't gotten the chance.
Fuck?
I'm pretty sure you know. You just don't want to say it.
Did you listen to Liam Payne album enough to put it number 2?
Liam Payne's album didn't come out this year. That was last year.
No, LP1. Didn't that come out this year?
No, that was last year.
Okay, then never mind.
Yeah. That was, I think December, November. I'm pretty sure it was December because he has a Christmas song on there. But no, that wasn't. Because if Liam Payne's album came out this year, then Fine Line would have also come out this year because they were, like, really close together. So, yeah. Anyways, Imposter Syndrome by Happy, you can really see the growth in the songwriting, production, and literally just everything in this album from their first one, Cult Classic. You can see it behind me, actually, and then you can see their newest album behind me as well. I listened to this album 25 times when we got the
stream.
Yeah. When we got the album early, I listened to it. I nearly stayed up all night the night before the interview just painting that, because that's all I listen to nowadays. Oh my god, dude, Tate was excited when he saw.
He saw the Cult Classic one. I was like, I gotta point out the Imposter Syndrome because I knew you weren't going to.
I froze, dude. I was like, he's talking. He's talking
directly to you.
Anyways, it's very good. I love it so much, and I got to tell them all how I thought Hooky was the updated version of Lucky, and they were like, oh, I would never put those two together, but I love hearing that. And I was like, oh my god, did I just embarrass myself?
Yes.
But yeah, it was very, very good, and it means a lot to see the growth, because I've been following them for a good bit of time. They were my first DIY band, so good job, guys.
Just a little bit of time. So at number 3, Fit for a King's The Path.
There it is.
I mean, this album, I haven't even listened to it that many times in full. I'm gonna be real. But it's kind of for the same reason as like Moths to Flames, like Trivium and Five Finger Death Punch are all on this list. It just doesn't slow down. It's heavy as shit for the entire fucking record, and it's been coming on. 1 or 2 songs comes on the Like Moths to Flames radio after listening to that record. So I've pretty much listened to The Path in full at least once or twice a week. Yeah. Just between those songs coming on the radio after the fact, because they're so good. I'm like, I'm not going to go find something new to listen to. I'm going to listen to this and then go find something new to listen to. So it's really solid, and I wish we could have chatted with them about it.
Next year.
Not everything always works out.
It's okay. We'll get him next year. We have 1,000 followers now. Who can say no to us? The world is our oyster now. We've already been told no already, but
It's
Let's say no
fine.
to
It's
listen.
really, it's okay.
2021.
2022.
2024.
4.
Yeah,
I think
just
that's
skip
about.
3.
I think that's about
3
right.
is gonna be an off year.
Yeah.
Anyways, my number 2, it's Calm by 5
Oh
Seconds of
fuck! I
Summer.
forgot that came out. Fuck.
Yeah, it was on your honorable
I
mention.
know it was, but I forgot that you liked it that much.
Dude, I have the vinyl of it.
I know you do, but your face was in the
Have
way
it.
when you were talking about the fucking. When I was trying to guess your 2 and 1. I know
Oh
what
my
your
God.
1 is. I'm not stupid. I knew that from the beginning. You didn't have
Uh-huh.
to tell me, but I knew.
Yeah.
I did not know that was going to be your number 2.
Yeah, I have like 1,000 5 Seconds of Summer streams because of it now. Probably more than that because I haven't updated my phone thingy, but it's very good. Each song is great. I like how it goes from like super pop from like Wildflower which is like super pop to like a ballad, like cinematic type thing to what was it? I brought it up. Best Years. How it's like so just epic and it's like an empty arena song almost. It's so good and it hits like every single mood you could have with every song. It's so good and I love it so much.
Yeah, I mean, when we listened to it, I was not surprised. I was not expecting it to be
Yeah,
that
exactly.
good. I mean,
Because
I
we both
was
were
like-
just like, oh,
was like, holy
yeah, this is
shit.
good.
Like, fuck,
God.
maybe my girlfriend was right about 5 Seconds of Summer. I haven't listened to anything
Exactly.
since, but I mean, I like the album, and Teeth is still the best song on the album, and you
So
cannot tell
good.
me otherwise.
I would try, but we've already had this conversation.
We're not going to have
so
this
I will not.
conversation again.
Yeah.
Go back and find it.
my God.
Because Gloria and I like to have the same conversation anyway to begin with, so we're going to refrain this time.
Yeah.
Stan Atlantic's Pink Elephant at number 2.
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought that would be your number 1. I'm a bit
No,
curious
that-
now.
No, I think you know what number 1 is. You'll know once I say it.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll know.
Okay.
So this album, my only gripe, and I could not stress this enough
You
when we
say it
talked
every
about
single time.
Drink
yeah.
to Drown does not belong where it is on this fucking album. Everything else
I
is
don't think
perfect.
it belongs on the album at all.
I mean, if you want to put it on the album, that's fine, but it doesn't belong there. I don't know where else
Yeah.
it belongs, so maybe it doesn't belong on the record, but I'm okay with putting it at number 2 because one of my favorite pop punk records of all time is Mayday Parade's A Lesson in Romantics, and
Yeah.
I skip Miserable at Best every single time
That's
I
the
listen to
only
that
song I
record.
know. Oh, and Julie All Over?
Jamie All Over.
Jamie All Over. So true.
So that's why I'm confident in putting this album in number 2. And it was going to be at number 1 until this very specific release came out at the end of this year and completely blew me like that.
Away. Yeah.
Away.
So it's Phoebe Bridgers, right?
Absolutely fucking not.
I'm surprised it wasn't on your worst mentions thing.
I've tried to like just forget that Punisher came out this year. So, and I also think I've shit on Phoebe Bridgers enough this year.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that like she puts, because she's been working on music. You just know
She
it.
put out another EP, so it's
Yeah,
like
she's working on shit. So I'm just hoping that she puts out something that at least somewhat clicks with me. Because I don't know what it is about her music that just pisses me off. But it's not her personally. It's her music that pisses me off. I think she's very nice in what she's doing and everything. Her music just drives me up a fucking wall.
okay.
So if she wants to come on the podcast, let's just put that out there.
We'd love to talk to you.
Your music drives
it's
me up a
just Shane
fucking
doesn't
wall.
like your music.
But I can talk to you about your music because you
Yeah.
seem very nice. Just know that if I say anything nice about your music, I'm 100% lying.
No, but you liked one of the songs. You liked the
Yeah,
EP.
Kyoto. I
Yeah.
liked Kyoto. And
so
and the
there you go.
Christmas EP was good too because it fit that vibe.
Exactly.
Everything else,
See?
not good.
You're not lying there.
I'm not lying there. I was genuine
Exactly.
about it when we talked about it on the podcast too.
So my number 1, Walls by Louis
No
Tomlinson.
shit. You don't say.
It's crazy. I know. Everybody calm down. I know. It's blowing your mind. It's not just because I feel like I say a lot. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I really like this album because he does almost every genre except for like hip
Metal.
hop and metal.
and
but I
hopefully
feel
not
like-
country, right?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Okay, good.
He did not do country. So every genre except those 3. but I feel like this album really gave him the freedom to do whatever he wants with the next album. I feel like it was just like a tester. Every song was just like a, hey, do you prefer this sound or this sound? And then whichever one people like the most or whichever one he had more fun doing, he's able to go off in the next album or EP, whatever he chooses to do, and focus more on that sound. Because I think he says that the next album is going to sound more like Kill My Mind, which is more of the rock influence, Brit rock, whatever it's called. So that's really exciting. So I feel like this one just really gave him enough freedom to do whatever he wants with the next things, let him experiment a little bit. So it was cool. Mm-hmm.
I also listened to this record. I mean, were we even chatting about albums at the time when this one came out? I mean, if we did, we definitely didn't
No, we did
enough.
we
You were
did
just like, I like
we
this.
did
And a couple of us listened to a single or two, and we were like, oh, I really like the single.
yeah, it was just I did talk about this one a lot when we did our half year in review, and you
Okay.
said it was okay.
Yeah, I mean,
And I was like, okay.
yeah. Well, that's. I think that's a compliment when we're talking about the One Direction guys. Honestly,
Yeah.
saying that's okay. I mean, but when the album actually came out, if we did talk about it on the show in January, it was like Glory listened to the entire record 500 times, and every other person that was on the podcast at the time listens like a single or two, because that's how we were doing the show at that point. But I listened to this record a while ago as well with Glory, and as I said during the half year review, I thought it was all right. I think I liked Niall Horton's album a little bit more, though. I was honestly very much surprised, though, that I liked Louis Tomlinson's album. So
It's very good.
Take that as you will.
Yeah.
And my number one is not an album. It's an EP. It's Bring Me the Horizons EP.
Oh, yeah.
Post-human survival horror. Yes, I might be cheating. Yes, The Weeknd's album would have made it on the list if I didn't count EPs. But this EP/album/ whatever the fuck you want to call it is just too good to not put it number one.
Yeah.
From start to finish. I mean, I'm still undecided on Kingslayer with the baby metal feature. I still don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, that
song.
was a good one. That was a really, really good one. I
I've
like
seen
that
a lot
one.
of love for that one, but I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I think that's like one of the low points on the EP for me. Like, it's still in your face, but like there's much better songs on the EP. It's got Parasite Eve, it's got Obey, it's got the Amy Lee song on it.
Oh,
which
that
is
one
a
wasn't good.
Great closer. I love that song.
Oh, sorry.
It opens with Dear Diary. I was listening to it right before we started recording this. And yeah, number one album of the year there.
The baby metal song always makes me want to like start listening to baby metal, but then again, they like terrify me. So then I just like look away.
You know what? That's valid. Also, they're fans.
Yeah, their fans scare. I see fan cams every now and then of just baby metal, and I listen to it because it's like, oh, that looks really cool. And then they start screaming, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Why are they dancing around on stage but also screaming at me? What the fuck is going on?
Exactly what's happening.
Wow.
But, like, it's interesting. I might try it. 2021.
2021's a new year. We're going to have baby metal on the fucking podcast.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Speaking into Existence by Pulses.
Yeah. So that's our album of the year, honorable mentions, songs of the year, and disappointments. I think you saw the disappointments coming, and probably saw the album of the year coming too, but here we are. So that is all the bullshit we have to waste your time with today. Follow us on Twitter. We just passed 1.1 thousand followers.
Whoa.
Good_noise_cast. You can follow us on Instagram. I think we're about to break 900 over there.
Yeah, we're really close.
At Good Noise Podcast. Our YouTube channel you're watching this shit on right now, it's Good Noise Podcast. Make sure you fucking subscribe to that shit. We got funny content every single day, or almost every single day. Spotify, every other fucking audio platform. And we drop merch. Merch link in bio.
Shoot, I forgot about that. So true, we did.
GoodNoiseRecords.bandcamp.com. Good Noise Records Volume 3. There's a digital album. Name your price. And then underneath that, there is a Finterfest t-shirt and poster. Yep. I don't know how much longer those will be up for, but we will be pulling them at some point. Limited to 50.
Probably New Year's. Yeah,
limited to 50, going to sell out. And make sure you get your fucking t-shirt because they're selling quick.
They are selling pretty quick. Like, it's a little surprising. I'm a little like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like, we're almost sold out.
That's kind of crazy.
Almost crazy.
Almost Glory's, a little bit crazy.
Glory's got your important plugs because this is kind of a real podcast, so we'll make her important shit, and then like I'll make a funny joke, and then we'll like sign off
about like PPs or something.
PPs or like Finter funny,
Finter funny, Fingerfest. Anyways, I hated that so much, by the way. Anyways, the thing I'm gonna focus on, I said tonight. It's going up when I don't care. But the thing I'm gonna focus on is small businesses. I'm sure everybody heard about the $600 stimulus check that everybody is so excited about.
Stoked.
That doesn't help a lot of people. A lot of people can't. You literally can't live off of $600. That's stupid, and they're completely out of this world, out of touch with everything to say, oh yeah, $600 is an appropriate amount. No, it's not. So if you can, please try to support small businesses. Try to donate to GoFundMe's people in need, because a lot of people are struggling right now. A lot of people have lost their jobs. I don't know the exact amount, but I know it's in the millions. I think it's like 3 million or something. A lot of people have lost jobs. So, and with the New Year's and Christmas season, a lot of stuff is going a little crazy, and it's getting cold, and it's just, there's a lot of stuff happening right now. So please, if you can, donate to help other people and support small businesses. So frick Amazon, even though like stuff gets here quick, it's just morally better to help smaller businesses, because it'll go directly to them instead of Jeff Bezos or whatever his name, the billionaire,
the
trillionaire.
Yeah, the richest man in the fucking world.
Exactly. He doesn't need more money, so just go support somebody who actually does need money to live. That's what I have to say.
Jeff Bezos is living just fine with his trillions of dollars.
Exactly.
So we're actually going to call the next festival Finger Fest instead of Finterfest.
Because everybody just kept calling it that.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So I have been Shane.
I have been Glory from Drive Kid.
Yo, no way. And we have been the Good Noise Podcast. We'll see you guys in the new year.
Wow.